New York State lawmakers may act this month to raise taxes on high-income people. Now, this might be retroactive, as they say right here. And to me, I think this is really what they try to do as a solution every single time. We need to fill in the gap. You had the GDP, as I showed you a moment ago. This is the reason why I show you these type of things. Anyway, looking at this, you have this contraction, you have this back up, this V-shaped recovery that never happened, and then you have the projected growth going on from that point. This gap needs to be filled in. There was income that was supposed to be brought in. There were businesses and imports and exports and general activity that simply disappeared during this period of time. How do you fill it in? Well, you increase taxes. You increase taxes and supposedly that's going to fix it. But who do you increase the taxes on? Well, you do it to the wealthy people. That's what they say. And if the wealthy people don't like it, the wealthy people leave. And you see so many doing the same thing. I think it was Blackstone opened an office in South Florida. They're either going to Austin, Texas, or they're going to Florida. I might have that article up here. We'll see in a moment. But that's pretty much where many of them have been going to. And for the businesses here, they realize what the future holds in store, and higher taxes isn't something that they want. Now, they can move completely offshore. They can go to Puerto Rico. They can go way offshore and simply move their business elsewhere, and it wouldn't surprise me to see that continuing, but they're keeping them within the borders, and they're simply saying, we're just going to go to a more tax-friendly state. That's not good for places like New York and like California that continuously increase taxes on people. I don't think this is a way to resolve things long-term. I believe this was the article that I was thinking of that I read today. What happens when the 1% go remote? It doesn't take very many ultra wealthy Americans changing their address to wreak havoc on cities' finances. So what they say here is that so many people have been doing this. They name some names over here. Blackstone, Goldman's thinking about it, Elliott Management. They're all trying to get away, going to lower tax states. They're trying to reduce their expenses, especially during this time, because they might be feeling the hurt. There's no doubt if they don't have that revenue coming in and so on. Looking at these places, whether it is Florida or Texas or other places, it just shows you, as they say, just below where I have it here, there's a tweet that says basically, at the beginning, it starts to seem like random events, but you continuously see this, and it's definitely a trend. And in a little bit of ridiculousness, the US Treasury labels Switzerland and Vietnam as currency manipulators. That's right, every central bank around the world is manipulating their currency, but somehow Switzerland and Vietnam are specifically being named. Look, they have been doing this a while. Switzerland especially. They said, our currency is too strong. We're going to peg it to the euro. You remember that. I covered it here on the channel. You look at other countries. They're all doing the same thing. They're all printing money. They do it to an extreme, to a level that they have never done before in history. And guess what? The US is part of that. They're all doing it. This is all a show. And they do this in order to have this stance as if, oh, we are in this position and those people over there are the ones who are manipulating their currency. If you remember the supposed trade deal with China, I mean, my goodness, this is just brutal. But anyway, US exports to China have fallen so far behind. You could see it for yourself. I mean, I don't know did anybody actually believe this? Did anybody believe that they were going to be forced, quote unquote, forced into accepting this much of all of that money that was supposed to flood into the United States? I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's unicorns, it's rainbows, it's kittens. It's just way, way beyond. Now, if you look at what has happened in some categories, surely they certainly picked up, but overall, it's not even close. And where they expect to get for 2021 is even crazier. But I just wanted to bring you some updates on this. It's just unbelievable what people are willing to believe. Apparently, people were literally fighting for a PlayStation 5 at Walmart. And the lady, I watched the video, the lady is, has her baby right in the middle of it. I mean, it's unbelievable. And the question I pose to you to finish the video off is, if people will fight for a PlayStation 5, what will happen when the food runs out? Stockx raises $275 million in Series E funding round. This is a company that I believe got started. People were selling their shoes on there. Think of it like an eBay sort of thing. E-commerce here is obviously expanding. They are telling you right here, valuing the platform at $2.8 billion. $2.8 billion right now. It's unbelievable to see what's going on today. People are buying, all these different cards, baseball cards, hockey cards, whatever they are, trading cards. They're getting into things that they don't even know. I mean, there's rare plants that are starting to be worth ridiculous amounts of money. Can you say tulip mania? All right. Anyway, this is just something that I have noticed that has been really expanding, and you typically get this when you have that euphoria, because people start looking, okay, what's the next hot thing? What's the next hot thing? And they want to get in, and that excitement gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and everything rises and rises and rises and rises as more speculation takes place. I thought this was fantastic, and this is coming out of South Carolina. Let me tell you right now, this is being introduced, a bill to amend the Code of Laws of South Carolina 1976 by adding Article 17 to Chapter 1, Title 1, so as to provide that gold and silver coins minted foreign or domestic shall be legal tender in this state, and to provide that no person may compel another person to tender or accept gold or silver coins unless agreed upon by the parties. What I wanted to note here is, no matter what you think about gold and silver, no matter what you think about currencies in general, there should be the option of competition. That's it. Most places probably wouldn't accept it. Most places wouldn't want that. Employers wouldn't pay you in gold and silver, most likely. But the option that you are able to use it should be there, because there's no other entity, no other person, no other group that should tell you what you are allowed to use as your money. The fact that there is no competition, to me, is absolutely disgusting, and it is squashing the freedom of individuals. So it's good. It's definitely a good thing to see, even if it doesn't actually get taken up by anybody. A little bit of humor for you here. The fake wealth industry making influencers look rich. Pretending you were gifted, those trainers might be the reason you're not an influencer. It goes in, describes all of this, did a little bit of investigation. I'm not sure if I covered it here on the channel before, but I definitely read the article where there was actually a fake private jet that people were taking pictures in, and they were using that to boost up their profiles, Instagram, and so on, trying to look good. But meanwhile, it was all a fraud. And they go into deeper levels of it, photoshopping people in places they've never been, with goods they never had. They have empty boxes of all these luxury goods, putting them in their place to suggest that they have that product, and meanwhile it's literally just an empty box. This is the life that we live in today, where people are telling you that they're at a certain level where they never have been. How many people out there sell a course and they don't even know what the heck they're doing? They probably tried to sell on Amazon, for instance. It didn't work out. They created a course because they had just a little bit of knowledge. They didn't have to be good at it. And so they go in and sell people that course and then start making some money off of it. By the way, my course is free. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you about this because you have to watch out for those out there that are selling you garbage and they're taking you for a ride. Don't be fooled. That doesn't mean that there's not good stuff out there. That's not true. There are honest people. There are good people. There are good courses. There's good information out there. But we just have to vet what we do and not necessarily just trust. Trust, but verify, some say, but always go through and really scrutinize everything you see. And I thought this was just frightening, so I wanted to just add it right here at the end. A new satellite can peer inside buildings day or night. The resolution is so crisp that you can see inside individual rooms. To me, it's just, unbelievable that this is even possible, but here we are. It's like an X-ray. I mean, I don't know how the technology works. They do explain it here in the article, but I mean, if anyone wants to take a look, definitely read it. I just think this is crazy that they have the ability to go right inside your house and watch you, essentially, but they don't have the ability to fix the situation with the economy. This is where we're at today. What a joke. Anyway, that's all for this video. If you found it informative, hit that thumbs up button. When you do, you're supporting me. I want to thank you for that. If you want to learn about e-commerce for free, doesn't charge you anything. There's nothing at all that actually costs money that, you're not paying for the course. It's the AmazonGPS.com. Check it out. The financial system is complex, it's convoluted, but I have simplified it in these 2 books. Check it out at the link in the description. And if you haven't seen this video yet, you definitely want to catch it. Click it. I'll see you there.